everybody, it's Julie from A Beautiful Horizon, and today is my first day post Whole30. So I really want to do an update. My makeup's in the car and I want to get this done before the kids wake up, so no makeup today, okay? I think I like it when people record videos and they don't always wear makeup. It's like more personal and real. But today I wanted to talk about what is different after Whole30 and what is kind of the same, and they have a whole list of like non-scale victories in the book, in the Whole30 book, and I kind of want to go over those and be like, yes, that's true for me, no, not really, and just kind of explain anything that I feel is different, what I feel is the same. I'm within the same weight range, so I'm happy about that. I didn't want to like lose weight, so I kind of made sure I had carbs at like every meal and everything. And I posted on my Instagram like a list of a bunch of the different carbs that you can have on Whole30, because obviously you're not eating grains, but you can have like vegetable carbs. So if you're interested in that, my Instagram is at A Beautiful Horizon, and there's, just scroll down and there's a picture. It says something about, is Whole30 low carb, and it has like a list of all the carbs that I have been consuming this month. Okay, so first they talk about physical, so they talk about blemishes, glowing skin, no more under eye circles, improvement in rash or patches, less dimpled skin, longer, stronger nails, stronger, thicker hair. I don't know about the blemishes. Like, I feel like right after the holidays, my skin kind of broke out, but I think that had to do with like all the chocolate I was eating over the holidays. And I mentioned that in one of my videos that like for Christmas, I had like a bunch of chocolate, and I think that sugar just makes me break out. So my skin has like it kind of went a little bit worse in the beginning of the month, and now it's gotten better. But I think hormone changes and stuff kind of affects that for me too. So like my skin isn't perfect, and under eye circles, like I always kind of have a little bit of that. So that hasn't like really like gone away. It's not like suddenly it's like white under here. My teeth, I don't think have gotten whiter. Fresher breath. I don't know. But clothes fitting better. Okay, so a lot of this is like talking about like weight loss or something, but I haven't really had, that wasn't like what I was going for, so I'm not really worried about that. Less bloating. I think finding out about the bloating is something I want to learn about when I do all the reintroduction, and that's what I'm interested to see. Like, do I actually react to some of these foods and feel like I'm more bloated after I eat them or not? So, I'm gonna like kind of pay attention to potatoes more. Like sometimes when I had a bunch of like white potatoes, I felt like my fingers kind of hurt, like inflammatory. So I'm gonna kind of like look into that a little bit more. I know like FODMAPs can be a problem for people, and I think that is one of the potatoes are one of those. One of the reasons I did do this is because I do have like dry patches on my legs that get itchy sometimes, and that's one of the things I really wanted to resolve or see if like the grains and dairy were the issue. But throughout this thing, like I've still had that, so I think it is more of like the high histamine foods, which the book actually does talk about, which is cool because that's something I discovered a while ago, and that really has changed things for me too. Sorry, my video stopped. Anyway, I was talking about high histamine foods and how I feel like that is something that my body really does have an issue with, and I think since I wasn't eating peanut butter, I switched in for almond butter again, and I know that almonds, if I eat too much of them, like they're a high histamine food, and those like kind of I have a reaction to those. So that, and if I have too much tomato, if I have like a bunch of tomato sauce and everything like that, tomatoes and almonds seem to be like some of the things that I just have an issue with. And then maybe like spinach and bananas too, but I'm not really sure that those are so much of a problem as I feel like the almonds and the tomatoes kind of are. So maybe I should get like a food allergy test done, but sometimes they say those aren't even as reliable as like an elimination, and then bring it back in and just see how you react. So anyway, so that was feeling more confident in your appearance. I don't know. I don't think that appearance was really much of what I was going for. So physical inside, healthier gums, I don't know, less stiff joints, except for like when I had a bunch of potatoes. I feel like that was the only time really that I had that stiffness in my like fingers and stuff sometimes. Fewer PMS symptoms, more regular cycle. I don't know about like, that's kind of weird for me because I'm nursing and I just kind of like went through some hormonal changes and stuff, so I can't really base that on having anything to do with the Whole30. It's more about my own hormones and stuff doing things. Regularity. I'm pretty regular. That's not a problem. Fewer episodes of illness is funny because I've been like more sick this month than I have in like a long time. I think that just has to do with the time of year that it is. Everybody's been getting colds, and it's funny because on YouTube everybody's too like, oh, I'm sorry, I sound horrible right now because I have a cold. I'm just getting over it. Actually, I had like 2 different colds in January that lasted for a while. So this wasn't like the miracle cure where you like never get sick anymore. I don't think there is one of those. I think you just get through it and you move on. Fewer migraines. I actually have had 2 pretty bad headaches, but I think that had something to do with holding my son too much. He's been really clingy because he's been sick too. Less acid reflux. I don't really have acid reflux. The only times I've had acid reflux is when I was pregnant and I was eating tomato sauce. But once I cut out the red sauces when I was pregnant, I didn't have acid reflux anymore. Less chronic fatigue. I have had like, I think more energy, but I've also been hungry because like you have to eat like full meals and stuff in order to try not to like snack all the time, because they say like don't snack all the time. So I mean, I will have like 2 snacks, but I try to make them more like mini meals instead of like, you know, just grabbing random things. So improved medical conditions, I don't have any of that. And then they have like mood and emotion and psychology. So you're, you know, just like a happier person, less anxious and stuff. I don't know about that. I think that has more to do with like what you're going through in life than what you're eating. I mean, I guess for some people food can affect their mood if you're like low in vitamin D, or if you're low in, you know, magnesium, or if you're low in whatever, you know, certain vitamins and minerals that can help with that kind of thing. Body. Okay, let's try this one more time. I had to clear off space on my phone to record, so here we are. Okay, so we're still in mood and emotional all that stuff, and then they were saying like less reliance on the scale. Yeah, like I hadn't weighed myself for a month and it didn't really matter, so that's cool. I think I might go to like starting to just weigh myself once a month and check in, unless like, you know, and kind of like you can just see like if your clothes fit tighter, then, you know, switch things up or whatever. Or if they fit too loose, then switch things up too. So feeling in control of your food, I don't know. I felt like it was kind of like a burden to like not do pancakes and like not do muffins. Like, because if you're making them from like healthy ingredients, I don't really have a problem with that. Like, I feel like that's just like something fun to do. Like when I'm with my kids and I'm making them popcorn, I'm not making myself popcorn. Like, I think this month I'm going to experiment with more like paleo family friendly things, and things that my kids can enjoy and we can enjoy together. It was kind of weird to be like making them one thing and then turn around and make myself another thing. So I'm not necessarily sure that's like a great thing. But if I can like find like a middle ground where I'm making them things that they enjoy that, you know, are paleo friendly, that's great. But then I'm still doing some of the, like the oatmeal and quinoa and, you know, popcorn or something, then that would be a fun like middle ground, and then we could all eat the same thing instead of having to make 2 separate meals. So I don't know if that fits in that category. But yeah, I mean, that does kind of affect your mood and emotion and stuff if somebody's eating something and you're not. So, not that it really matters, but it's just easier to like eat the same thing and not have to cook 2 different meals. Brain function, improved attention span, job performance, memory, reaction time, fewer ADD symptoms, clearer thinking, higher productivity. Maybe. But I also think, honestly, that if I stay off of my phone for more of the portion of the day, I'm more productive. I have a better attention span. I think of all the things going on to some sort of social media and scrolling down and like seeing all the things that people are talking about. Everybody reacting to each other. Everybody like fighting about silly stuff or even important stuff. But just like everybody like going back and forth who's right and everything. That messes up my attention span more than anything. What I eat, maybe like getting more brain fog a bit. I could see that being the case if you're eating a lot of heavy foods and you're just like, it makes it hard to think straight and stuff, especially if you eat like a bunch of sugar where you're like, then you're all jittery and then you're like coming down from a sugar crash and you're tired, you know, like definitely the sugar thing for me can affect like that up and down of being like, whoa, yeah, let's do everything. And then being like, oh man, let's take a nap, you know? But definitely like staying out of the craziness of social media these days, like that helps me be more productive than anything else. Just putting my phone over there and then coming over here and doing whatever I need to do. Sleep. I have noticed that I wake up and I'm like, even though maybe I don't want to start the day, I don't feel like so tired and like foggy and everything. Like right now, this is me like first thing in the morning. So, fall asleep more easily, sleep more soundly. No longer need a sleep aid. Yeah, one of them was fewer restless leg syndrome symptoms, and I've never been diagnosed with that, but I have, like, sometimes I'll be lying there and my legs are just kind of restless, like, and I haven't noticed that at all this month, so maybe that's a non-scale victory, like that. Not that it was like chronic or anything, but it would sometimes, like, my legs would just be restless and stuff. And so falling asleep easily, yeah, but I'm super tired. I don't know. And then, I mean, I'll just be like, by the time nighttime comes, I'm just like, oh, you know. So, but I do feel like I wake up feeling refreshed and stuff. I don't have any like sleep issues, like necessarily medically or anything. So, energy levels are higher. I think that my energy is good. More even, more energy in the morning, no midday slump. I think that depends more on like the mom thing. Like if my kids sleep good through the night, then I don't have the afternoon slump. But if my like little one is awake during the night, then I'm like still tired in the afternoon. More energy to exercise, socialize at work or school. No longer need to eat every 2 hours. I don't think I need to eat every 2 hours, but every 3 or 4 hours, I'm still hungry. No longer get cranky if you don't eat. You need less sugar or caffeine to prop up your energy levels. I have been drinking decaf coffee, but I've been like wanting it. Like not necessarily like craving it, but just like enjoying just decaf coffee with like cashew milk has been like the bomb for me. It's kind of like drinking it like tea, I guess, since it's decaf, but I've been enjoying that. So it's not like caffeine or sugar, but I have been enjoying decaf coffee. Like up to like even 3 cups. Like, and that's not really normal for me to like drink like 3 cups of coffee, but I just like, I don't know if it's winter and it's like warm and I'm just enjoying it, but, sports, exercise, and play. This is like, there's like 3 more categories. So if you're interested in this, like keep watching. If not, you know, hey, there's other videos you can check out. I'll put some up here and down there and stuff. Started moving or exercising, became more consistent with exercise longer. You can exercise longer or faster. You feel more athletic. You can lift heavier things. This is something that I want to focus on this coming month. Right now, like for the next week, I'm going to be doing the re-intro. So it's basically like you're still on Whole30. But today I'm going to be introducing legumes, and then you do 2 more days of Whole30, and then I think it non-gluten grains, and then 2 more days of Whole30, and then dairy, and then 2 more days of Whole30, and then gluten-containing grains, which I may or may not like put off because it's not like a big deal to add like one more thing in right now, and I kind of want to just like be done with the reintroduction for a while. So I might like do it. Kind of depends how like things go with like what I'm doing that week and stuff. So I might just do like those 3 introductions and then just kind of like see for a while and then introduce like the gluten stuff later. Yeah, because there's so much like I can do already with like the other categories, the legumes and the grains and even dairy. Like I haven't had much dairy recently. I wanted to kind of see how I did without it, and so we'll see how I do with it. Let's see. But, then after that, I want to see how I do with, like, lifting heavy things and putting on some muscle. Like, that's what I want to do this year is, like grow my biceps and just be stronger. And, yeah, I think that's something I want to work on is, like, getting more muscular a little bit. Not, like, you know, the Hulk or anything. That's always the joke. Oh, I'm going to lift heavy things, but I'm not going to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger. So... But that was something that I want to do, is like put on some muscle. So exercise. I've always kind of liked exercise, but right now I kind of like want to make sure I'm doing the right kinds, that is actually like building muscle, not just like burning fat, because that's not my goal right now. My balance is better, more coordinated, outside more. Not really. Honestly, that's not really a thing for me. Healthy relationship with food, reduction and disordered eating habits. I don't know, like I feel like I've always been like cool with eating everything, and this has kind of been the closest thing I've ever had to like saying, oh, I can't eat that because or something. And so that, I don't think that's really like helped me at all with my eating habits. I feel like if anything, it's kind of made it more laborious. But practicing mindful eating. But I think I have like, I haven't had anything like sweet besides fruit for like a month. So I guess that's good that I haven't been like as inclined to make sugar, like sweet things. I don't know. But I don't think all sweet things are bad. So learned how to read a label. I've been reading labels since before Whole30. Know which foods make you more or less healthy. I kind of already knew that. Listen to your body. I'm not afraid of fat. I haven't really been afraid of fat. I've kind of never gone on like the different bandwagons. So don't use food for comfort, reward, punishment, stress management. No longer a slave to sugar and carbs. I don't think I was a slave, but I do like sweets, and I intend to bring them back in my life. Fewer cravings. Know the difference between hunger and cravings. Yeah, I think I'm kind of okay in that. Okay, hopefully this is the last interruption. New healthy habits to pass on to your kids, more knowledge about nutrition, shop locally, eat seasonally, new cooking skills, new recipes. I have tried new things. I made that dump ranch finally, and everybody liked it. My 3-year-old is kind of still on the fence about it, but I think she's gonna like it. My son, who's 7, really likes it. I liked it, and my husband liked it decently. I don't think he really like used it, but he didn't not like it. So that, and then I made the chimichurri sauce. I made the basil pesto. Liked both of those, so that's cool. I like spicy things now because that was something that was like fun to add. You've made new like-minded friends who support your lifestyle. Online, does that count? I don't know. You maximize your food budget. Always trying to do that. Spend less time and money at the doctor's office. I don't really go to the doctor much unless I have to, and I really haven't had to in like ever. Created other health goals. Not really because of this, but yeah, I do want to like gain more muscle this year. That's my goal for the year, I guess. So I think I'm gonna start doing like measurements of like my biceps and like thighs and like calves or wherever stuff, and then kind of focus more on that and like seeing how I can like build up my muscle versus using the scale. Maybe like once a month I'll check the scale or something, or if I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter because I really do like want to focus more on like measurements and like growing muscle instead of like the number, because that doesn't really, at some point it matters until like a point where you're trying to build muscle versus lose weight, and then once you're trying to build muscle, it's kind of like the measurements are more important. So people ask you what you're doing differently. People come to you for health, food, or lifestyle advice. Well, I post about food like every day almost. So some people ask me questions about food. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not like anything certified or anything like that. Maybe someday I will be. It's something that I like. It's something that like you have to eat every day, or unless you're fasting, but eventually you have to eat. So for me, it's something I have to do anyway. So I enjoy posting about it. Like I said, my Instagram is @abeautifulhorizon, or I'm on Facebook, facebook.com/abeautifulhorizon, or here. I would love to have you subscribe. I will be posting on my Instagram about my reintroduction and how I feel, and I'll probably make like a wrap-up video, and then I'll be moving on to other things. I might make videos about trying to like gain muscle. I don't know. I'm not a personal trainer, so I don't have any like real qualifications there, but if you are interested in a journey of somebody trying to gain muscle, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Are you doing Whole30? Have you thought about doing it? What do you think about how I thought about it? Like, do you feel more inclined to do it now, or do you feel less inclined? I do feel like it has improved a few areas, and some others like not so much, but that's just like everybody's gonna have their own little story. So I'm really interested in seeing how the reintroduction goes this week, and I will be making a video on that to see how everything went, wrapping it up and seeing where I'm gonna go from here. I think I am gonna add more paleo things in my life, that my kids can eat too, like pancakes or muffins or something like that. But also just like straight vegetables and smoothies. Like, I still like smoothies. They kind of like discourage smoothies, but they don't ban them. Like, you can still do them. And for me, I was like, I'm still gonna do them because that's one way I'm gonna make sure I maintain my weight through this. And I always put greens in my smoothies, so that's one way I can get more greens in my life. So that's something I'm probably gonna stick with doing.